They inspired more joy, prosperity, and discovery than any other entity in history. Along the way, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Google created many or hundreds of thousands high-paying jobs. Their product and services touch daily lives of billions of people. They have put a supercomputer in our pocket and helped millions of families to build economic security.
Amazon appeals to a hunter-gatherer instinct to collect more stuff with minimum effort. We have serious mojo for stuff as survival. Went to the caveman who had the most twigs, had the right rocks too. Cracked stuff open with, and got the most colorful mud to draw images on. Walls so his descendants knew when to plant crops or what dangerous animals to avoid. The need for stuff is real. Stuff keeps us warm and safe. It allows us to store and prepare food. It helps us attract mates and care for our offspring. And easy stuff is the best stuff because it consumes less energy and gives you time to do other important things. Without capital-hungry stores, Bezos could invest in automated warehouse. Scale is power, and Amazon was able to offer prices no brick-and-mortar retailer could afford. He offered deals to loyal customers, to authors, to delivery companies, to resellers agreeing to run ads on their own websites. He drew more and more partners to Amazon. Bezos broke out of the narrow world of books and DVDs and into everything. This kind of experimentation and aggression is what the military calls the ODA loop: observe, orient, decide, and act. By acting quickly and decisively, you force the enemy, in this case, other retailers, to respond to your last maneuver as you are entering the next one. In Amazon's case, this was done with a ruthless focus on the consumer. It also helped that, for the better part of Amazon's first 15 years in existence, traditional retail CEOs were apt to remind people that e-commerce only accounted for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% of retail. There was never a concerted effort to respond to the threat until Amazon had enormous fangs and unlimited capital. It was too late. The story: Earth's biggest store. The strategy: huge investments in consumer benefits that stand the test of time, lower cost, greater selection, and faster delivery. Thanks to a rate of growth that reflects a steady march toward this vision, the market bids Amazon's stock higher and provides the firm with exceptionally cheap capital. Most retailers trade at a multiple of profits times 8.46. By comparison, Amazon trades at a multiple of 40.47. Most uber-wealthy people have one thing in common: failure. They've experienced it, usually in spades, as the path to wealth is fraught with risks, and often those risks end up being, well, risky. A society that encourages you to get up after being beamed in the head, dust off your pants, step back into the batter's box, and swing harder. The next time is the secret sauce for printing billionaires. The correlation is clear. America has the most lenient bankruptcy laws, attracts risk-takers, and, as you might guess, has most of them. 29 of the 50 wealthiest people on the planet live in the United States, and 2/3 of unicorns, private companies with $1 billion plus valuations, are headquartered here. Similar to the kid who sees dead people in The Sixth Sense, Jeff Bezos sees the future of business better than most CEOs. Jeff Bezos is the third wealthiest person in the world. He formulated business plan for Amazon. He built the Amazon. Imagine 4 tech companies walking into a bar. Google orders a black coffee and starts correcting the bartender's grammar. Facebook immediately starts snapping selfies and asking you to like them. Amazon is already in the back, buying the bar wholesale. Apple shows up late, in a turtleneck, and charges everyone $999 to sit near it. Scott Galloway says these 4 aren't just big, they're godlike. They dominate our consumption: Amazon, love; Facebook, brain; Google, and ego, Apple. Amazon, the consumption god. Stat: Amazon accounts for nearly 40% of US e-commerce, that's 4 out of every $10 spent online. Big idea: Amazon has weaponized convenience. It's not a store, it's infrastructure. It doesn't just sell stuff, it controls the pipeline from warehouse to doorstep. Example: want toilet paper at 2 a.m.? Amazon's like, got you, fam. Want a drone to deliver it too? Study insight: research shows people are more loyal to Amazon Prime than their spouse. Okay, not officially, but 91% of Prime members renew each year. Try getting that in a marriage. Galloway's burn: Amazon isn't killing retail. Retail is committing suicide by refusing to adapt. Apple, the ego god. Stat: Apple makes $1,400 profit per second. That's not a typo. Big idea: Apple doesn't sell products. It sells status. Luxury disguised as tech. Your iPhone. It's not a phone, it's a $1,000 billboard of taste. Example: people sleep outside Apple stores for product launches. Do you sleep outside for a Samsung toaster? Exactly. Evolutionary spin: Galloway ties Apple's appeal to biology. The sleek design? It triggers our mate selection instincts. We're peacocking with tech. Funny thought: Apple could release a brick and people would call it minimalist. Facebook, the love god. Stat: over 3 billion users monthly. That's like everyone in China, India, and the US combined, and then some. Big idea: Facebook is the world's biggest country, powered by your attention. It's designed to trigger dopamine with likes, shares, and that seen feature we pretend not to care about. Dark side: it monetizes your relationships. It's less connecting the world and more surveillance capitalism with filters. Study: Cambridge Analytica used Facebook data to predict people's personality better than their spouses could, with just 300 likes. Galloway's zinger: Facebook's business model is basically get users addicted, then sell ads to companies that profit from those users' insecurities. Google, the brain god. Stat: Google owns over 90% of global search engine market share. It's not a company. It's a verb. Big idea: Google is the modern priest. We confess to it at 2 a.m. Is this mole cancerous? How do I break up over text? Is it normal to eat 3 pizzas in one sitting? Trust factor: people trust Google more than doctors, friends, or clergy. It's become the arbiter of truth. Critical take: while Google seems benevolent, remember, it's not free. You pay in data, not dollars. Stat example: Google processes over 8.5 billion searches a day, that's 99,000 every second. What do they all have in common? Galloway identifies some shared DNA. Tapping into primal instincts. Apple sex and status. Amazon survival and convenience. Facebook social validation. Google knowledge and certainty. Unfair advantages. Massive scale, global reach, tax loopholes, and data dominance. Cult-like brand loyalty. They're not brands, they're religions. People defend them like football teams. criticism and bold claims. Galloway argues that the myth of the founder genius is overblown. Behind every Steve Jobs is a team of 10,000 unnamed engineers. He advocates for breaking up big tech, not because they're evil, but because concentration of power is inherently dangerous. He calls out fake disruption stories. These companies didn't just innovate, they exploited slow governments, tax codes, and data privacy black holes. Businesses like Amazon, Facebook, and Jara thrive because they adapt quickly to new trends and technologies. Simplified stats and key takeaways. The pace of adoption for technology is accelerating. Telephone, 75 years to reach 50 million users. TV, 13 years. Internet, 4 years. Angry Birds, just 35 days. Microsoft Office, 22 years to reach 1 billion users. Gmail, 12 years. Facebook, 9 years. What it means? Success in today's world depends on embracing change rather than resisting it. People and companies that rigidly stick to old ways risk falling behind. Instead, being innovative, whether with bold ideas or new approaches, is key. Mindset for success. Stay curious, ask, what if we did it differently? Think beyond instructions, don't just do what's expected, contribute new ideas. Take ownership, be proactive and make sure things get done. Being great at one thing beats being good at everything. Brand is no longer what you tell people it is, it's what people tell each other it is. Don't mistake market cap for moral worth. A funny or thoughtful rewrite of a Galloway zinger. Original? Amazon's superpower is that it can destroy profit margins in any industry it wants to enter. Rewritten, Galloway-style humor? If Amazon were a person, it would walk into your bakery, undercut you by 90%, deliver fresher bread before you even got your oven hot, and somehow convince your customers to sign up for a subscription plan that mails them croissants monthly. Read it if you want to understand how tech giants think, scale, and control. Love bold takes and aren't afraid of some tough love toward capitalism. Are okay with a little ego bruising, especially if you use all 4 of these platforms daily, which you probably do. Skip it if you think the internet is still just a tool. Are allergic to sarcasm or bluntness.